What's going on, brothers? Welcome back to another episode here on the O'Shea Duke Jackson channel. I am your host, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Come through, like the video. And for those of you who are in the restreaming audience, make sure that you come through also and subscribe and like the video and watch the video also. Today, I'm with Marcus A. Brown. You guys know him. Now has a new channel called The Red Pill Sailor. His video YouTube channel will be pinned to the first comment. Make sure you go and subscribe. He's a longtime YouTuber in the Mentorship community, and we are talking about his own experience and should black men look at the military as a viable option, or the military reserves, Air Force, Navy, stuff like that. So thanks for coming on, brother Marcus. What's going on tonight, brother?
What's good, O'Shea? Hey, thank you for having me.
Man, anytime, family. Go ahead and tell people a little bit about yourself. What kind of content you produce, brother?
Okay, so many of y'all follow me already. My YouTube channel, my main channel is the MAB Experience, and that mostly covers, like, I guess you could say, manosphere topics, traveling, me just running off at the mouth about some of everything. So I decided to make a second channel that's going to be more related to military topics, and that channel is called Red Pill Sailor. I'm gonna try to stick to military topics on that, but I know some of the things I talk about may overlap on both channels. So I'm gonna still be active on both channels. But one, you can kind of get an idea of my civilian life and interest in that department. And then for the military channel, the Red Pill Sailor channel, that's gonna be, I'm telling you, like, that's a whole nother community on YouTube. So this is nothing new, but
okay,
I'm just sharing it from my perspective.
All right, cool. Yeah, man. I know a lot of brothers was in the military here. I see one brother that look. He got his picture and stuff. Well, boy, look. Salute, nigga,
Right,
salute.
hey, happy belated Veterans Day. Turtle looking like perfect. Yeah, man. Veterans Day just passed, so I know everybody was all turned up, showing off they military photos, they father, they mother, relatives. Like, that's one day everybody turned up for the vets. So shout out to y'all.
Yeah, shout out to all the veterans, man. I appreciate what you guys do for the country. Thank you, brother Andre Hatchett, for the $4.99, nigga. Let me ask you this, brother Marcus A. Brown. Damn, I put out your whole name and shit. What got you into wanting to be in the military, or what's your status there right now, anyway?
Okay, so initially I didn't have an interest in it. My father was in the Army. I got a lot of friends that kind of joined at different times in their life, but it was not on my radar. I wanted to be a rapper. I wanted to do multimedia. I went to school for photography, videography, and all that. Then I got into truck driving, but the opportunity presented itself a lot, and I just wasn't interested. And I was kind of ignorant on what all it entails. But what got me interested, especially within the past few years, was a few things. For one, just watching the transition from people that I know from Chicago, from the South Side, and I remember them from civilian life when they was, less than their best, and I watched them grow, and that was just inspiring to me. And then also, it's other YouTubers that's big, and I want to kind of level up like they leveling up.
Leveling up in what way?
Well, the military experience, I know a lot of things that we talk about on channels in terms of economic development, in terms of prepper. I look at a lot of prepper videos. A lot of those people are vets talking about, like, how to survival skills, stuff like that. And exercise, fitness, like, basically a lot of the things that I'm already interested in, you can go through the military, and if not had that experience, like, basically get paid for it. And so it was something that I'm trying to think how to describe it. I'm getting in as an older recruit. So only thing, I don't know, man, like, I just want to get in. At this point, I wanted to get in before it was too late, because I'm 34, and the age limit, especially for the branch, I'm enlisted in the Navy Reserve. For enlisted is 39. So the more I start approaching that date, I don't know how to, if you would compare it to baby rabies and nothing like that. It was just, for me, I was like, look, never. I've been procrastinating this long. And I live a relatively comfortable life, and it got boring just being in Chicago. So I was like, man, let me switch it up and do something different.
Okay. Let me ask you this, man. What's the reason why that you wanted to get in the military. I mean, I know you want to get in the military now, but the reserves. Why not the full stride thing? Why not?
Yeah, that's more what I wanted to get into, and you just reminded me of some other things I wanted to bring up. For like, they have options in the military. I did not know any of this. Like, I thought you basically sign your life away and you go off never to return. Maybe you might come back one day. I just never have really looked that deep into it. So you can go active duty where you basically full time, and you can go maybe 4, 6, 8 years, whatever the case may be, but you full time. So that's what you do all day, every day. Reservists is, they call them weekend warriors sometimes. You still go to the same basic training. You still go to the same tech school for whatever job you want to do in the military. And after that, you go back to your civilian life. So for me, like I said, I already got the job that I like in the civilian world. I already make a decent amount of money. So my civilian life is good in that department, but I still wanted that experience and just to get my foot in the water. So like, if I really like it, if I really enjoy it, then I may consider active duty in the future. But I just had to at least get the ball rolling before I reach that max age limit.
Well, let me ask you this: what branch of the military that are you looking at getting into?
Okay, I'm gonna make a whole nother video on my own channel about how I ended up in the Navy. That wasn't my first preference, but I am happy with my decision. I'm gonna have to describe it, but basically I did my research on some of all the branches. But the Navy is what works for me, given my current circumstances. And this is another thing that I wanted to mention before. I did this live stream on the MAB experience talking about the youth, the young people that I've been dealing with. So shout out to Hip Hop Detox. Shout out to all the high schools that's allowing us to speak and work with what they call conflict resolution and males to men program. So I actually sit in on a lot of these sessions in some capacities as a mentor, in some capacities as the camera guy. And I've been able to sit in on these meetings with young people and listen to their stories and try to like provide them guidance. So with me, I'm kind of the black sheep in those type of environments, especially in Chicago on the South Side, because for one, I'm usually like the only kind of conservative guy in the room. I'm also somebody that's not opposed to the military, but I didn't want to be a hypocrite and be telling like young people they should jump into this. And I've never done it myself. I don't want to tell anybody to do something that I've never done or wouldn't do myself. So the more I started looking at, like, some of these kids open up to me and they'll tell me they situations at home or just the fact that they don't really have a lot of confidence about themselves or they don't even know what they want to do. And I felt stuck. I'm like, I don't even know if I have an answer for them. And I knew that the military provide a way out, but you know, different people and different families, they got different opinions on it. But me, I'm grown and I'm like, look, let me just throw myself in the water because this is something I want to do anyway. Well, I'm telling y'all to do it, let me do it. And y'all can just kind of watch my progress through that.
Let me do this. Shout out to the brothers, man, the military coming through. Hell yes, black men. Texas MP should join the military. Salute to my fellow veterans and all the active duty military reserves around the world. Guys, we appreciate all the work that you do, especially black men, right? Because we don't get a lot of credit for being in the military and keeping this country safe. I think over like 20 or 25% of the military African American. So shout out to the military branch, especially the U.S. Air Force, my military brethren. Please, Brother O'Shea, head into the movies. Nigga, don't you be in there farting. Dropping them stank bombs in there, boy. I'll ask my brother right there, though. Shout out to my brother. I love my brother right there. And another brother here, Sydney Hall. Every young black man should join. It's a game changer. Structure. Let's talk about this, right? And I know we have a lot of brothers in here that are former active duty. My dad was in the military until he got kicked out. So, but let me ask you this, right? I know BMT was in the. My brother Howard Cooper. Oh shit! I spent 7 years in the Army. Best thing I've ever done. We have a lot of black men that follow me, and I'm glad because the black men that follow me in the military, they actually got money, and so they be support.
There you go.
Yeah, the military niggas be giving money. I love y'all, but let me ask you this, right? A lot of black men, you have a lot of brothers that are opposed to the military. They could go, but why do you think so many black men might have an issue with going to the military, especially if they're a younger, 18, 19, 20? Why do you think that's the issue?
I'm gonna talk about that on my channel. I call it being too woke for the military. And
Oh shit!
you know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that you shouldn't be informed. It's not to say that brothers shouldn't be conscious and self-aware, have knowledge of self. I'm with all that. But I was like that too. I was too woke. I was like all obsessed with the military industrial complex, and you just gonna be cannon fodder for, you know, international banksters and all that. But the way I look, or this is a response I've been getting now because of the current president, people may not want to join because of like politics on that level.
Oh, that makes sense.
They entitled to that. Look, I enlisted for 6 years, so when people throw that at me, like, why would you join with this president, regardless of their opinions? I'm probably gonna expect. Oh, let me say this too. Like, every contract is technically an 8-year contract. You might go in and they'll tell you like 4 years or 6 years, whatever. But you're gonna serve 8 years. You're gonna serve your time that's on your contract, and then the rest of the remainder of that time is gonna be inactive, ready, reserve. So that's what you see in the movies and stuff. When somebody chilling at home, they didn't grew the beard, they smoking squares, and somebody come to their door like, "Hey, we going over here, get your shit." And so that's part of what you're signing up for. Shout out to. I'm sorry, I'm reading some of the comments. Yeah, man. Wait, ask me the question again, bro. My bad.
Yeah. You talk about why a lot of brothers, you know, don't want to go to the military.
Yeah. Well, getting back to my response to that's part of the thing. Either they too woke or they disagree with what's going on in the United States in terms of politics and who's sitting in office. But my response to that is, like, especially if you're once you understand that every contract is pretty much an 8-year contract, unless you hop in this on an election year and you agree with who's the president at the time and they get 2 terms, then chances are you're gonna work through multiple presidencies anyway. So, you know, that's kind of how I look at it. And I've worked for a local government as well. So here in Chicago, people may not be satisfied with the mayor. In the state, people may not be satisfied with the governor, but at some point you got to kind of narrow things down to you on an individual level and stop worrying about everything that's going on above you and just focus on cleaning your own room, as Jordan Peterson would say.
Okay. Thank you, Sailor. Did 5 years in the Navy, saved my life. Oh, I see all the military brothers coming out here. Why y'all didn't make yourself known? Thank you, Brother John Craig.
Not technically, I'm still a future sailor. Oh, I'm in a delayed entry program, so I'm in. Okay. Basically, that means that's once you done picked your job, you medically qualified, you scored the scores you need on the ASVAB, which is like a IQ test, more or less. And you swore in, you signed. So now you just in a delayed entry program where they're preparing you for basic training. And I ship off, my ship date is January 8th, 2020. I'm going to be gone for about 5 months. Mm-hmm. And then I got 8 weeks of basic training. Then I go to Missouri, to Fort Leonard Wood, I believe, for 11 to 13 weeks of tech school. I'm going in as an EO, an equipment operator. So that's kind of similar to the truck driver, just leveling up more on the operating engineer side. I would be what they call one of the CBs. So shout out to the shipmate. I know he know about the CBs. And actually, anybody that's interested in real estate, y'all might want to know some CBs also, because that's not necessarily people that's working on a ship all the time. They do a lot of shore duty in regards to like building, humanitarian effort, relief. Sometimes they get deployed to fix up infrastructure in different places. But, yeah, I'm gonna be kicking it with the carpenters, the electricians, all that, and I'm still gonna be operating equipment, which is something I'm familiar with anyway.
Okay. Thank you, Brother John Craig. The military is a great option for Black men. What job in civilian society where they pay for food and for your housing? All right, man. I didn't know it was that many of you niggas in the military.
But, that's for active duty. I don't know how much time you got, but we could go over the pros and cons of each person doing it, because I know you theme this video just asking, should brothers join the military? I'm not a recruiter. I just wanted to announce my new channel. I wanted to let y'all know what I'm doing. Feel free to, subscribe and donate to the Cash App if you want to help a brother out.
Okay. Let me do this real quick. Texas MP, go Navy, congrats, shipmate, guys. Make sure because he got about almost 10,000 on his main page, but this is going to be his channel right here. He got about 90 subscribers, brother. So all the military guys and all the brothers, he gonna take us through a vlog of his life. So we want to make sure we can get him some subscribers, brothers, to this new military channel. Thank you, Mike M. Get a good ASVAB story and choose pretty much any job you want in the military.
Thanks. Thanks.
So let's talk about this. You were gonna say, what were you gonna talk about, brother? You was gonna say something about going over the different options, right?
Different options. I wanted to kind of I wanted to shout out my channel mainly, but also answer any questions that I can. So one of the things, especially this is what I've been talking to younger people about. I'm not pushing anybody to join the military. I'm not a recruiter, but I have had experiences where it's parents that when I mentioned it, my interest in it, they said, yeah, I wish my son would get into that. I wish my daughter would get into that. I think they gotta want to do that type of stuff. And if the young people today are like what I was when I was younger, especially in Chicago, like it's just a lack of information. There's so much stuff we don't know, and so much stuff that we think is like lame or corny. Like, man, I'm gonna have to have a naked face. Everybody that was in basic know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna have to get shaved up, walk around with the Mr. Clean for a few weeks. Like things like that, I think deters a lot of Black people in particular. But I don't know, it's different ways of looking at it. If you get that out the way when you're young, then you pretty much set up. If you play your cards right, if you go in there focused, you can get things done at a young age while all of your peers are still in a neighborhood, or they racking up college debt, or they just getting involved in whatever stuff they get involved in. You may miss out on a few years of partying and turning up, but once you get out, you're in a much better position. And so me doing it from as an older recruit, the advantage I have is I had life experience. So I might be the granddad once I'm in there. I'm gonna be the old head compared to all the 17, 18-year-olds. I'm for real, but like I can tell you this much too. I was going to school part-time earlier this year. So that's part of what influenced me to do this. This spring semester, I had a weight training class, and I've never been athletic. I ain't never really been lazy. I know how to work, but I've never been athletic. I never had a lot of confidence in the gym or nothing like that. So I took a weight training class. Manual, I'm the oldest person in that class, and I'm surrounded by younger people, good people, but some of them was a little out of shape. Some of them was much stronger than me, but they ain't had no stuff. They couldn't walk up no stairs. They couldn't work. Like it's young people out here today that ain't as fit as I believe they may have been in the past. So I'm like running circles around these shorties. I'm like, why am I 34? Like running circles around people that's half my age. And so having that experience, I was like, I started to turn that inward. Like, what else am I capable of doing? And what else, how far do I really want to push myself? So I was, going in the gym. We talk about self-improvement in a manosphere, and I've been doing all that stuff. And I'm like, look, everything I'm paying for, let me just have the military pay for that. I want dental work done. Instead of me paying for that, I should get dental assistance. I should get tuition assistance instead of me paying for school. I'm looking at it from that perspective. Whereas I think younger people, let me say this, if it comes from family tradition, a lot of times when I go to the debt meetings, it's younger people in there that said they doing this because it's a family tradition. They mom, they father, like people who already been through that system is sending them through kind of like a rites of passage, and they know what that's gonna do for them if they play their cards right. I have veterans in my family, but we ain't never had them conversations. Maybe because I wasn't trying to hear it at that time, or maybe because they just didn't have an experience that they thought was worth sharing. But I see the gap, you know what I'm saying? I see that that's an option that we have, everybody has, but because we had different opinions about it, everybody ain't interested in that.
Can you guys see me? My damn computer is starting to fuck up real quick, but can you see me, y'all? Am I still coming up clear?
Yeah, you clear. I can see you.
Okay. Guys, I can't even see the super chats, y'all, but thank you so much for the support. Let me ask you this, right? I was talking to Brother George Macon the other day, and he was telling me that a lot of brothers who want to do things a little bit later on in life, you're still relatively a young man. but considered an old man for the military.
Yeah.
And a lot of brothers out there.
An old person to be joining. I mean, it's older people in the military, but
yeah, that's what I mean. When you first start off as a rook, you know, a lot of brothers feel like, okay, man, I would go to the military, but man, I'm 34, I'm 35, everybody is 17, 18. You know, people gonna look at me because it's an age difference, you know, like why would I want to start over? You know, I'm too old now. What did you ever think about those kind of things?
Get out of your comfort zone. Like that's part of what this is for me. Make yourself get out of your comfort zone. It was uncomfortable for me to be in weight training. I'm 5'5". I'm a shorty. I'm a little midget out here in these streets. But I'm in a class with people that's twice my size and half my age, and I'm still keeping up with them. So, you know, like you got to get yourself out your comfort zone. I'm talking about this on my channel too. I somehow ended up in the Navy, and I don't know how to swim. Well, I know how to swim now, but I didn't when I enlisted. So that was another thing. Like imagine going to the pool, especially as a black guy, because you fit the stereotype. Like black dudes can't.
You know, niggas can't swim
from the city, and so like I'm flopping around in the water, damn near drowning. It's doggy paddling, not going nowhere. You know, it don't faze me. I ain't embarrassed by that because I've been, and that's where life experience comes in. Like if you've been through embarrassments before, if you've taken L's before, like it's all in your man. It's all a mental thing. Like you go into this out of your comfort zone. And one of the things that I realized just in this short time, like you actually end up being like an older brother in a way because you experience things as an older recruit. So everything kind of remind you of something else. If somebody telling us to follow instructions, like I've been in situations where all you got to do is just follow simple instructions, or you know, in terms of like technical jobs or understanding mechanics and stuff like that. Like it's things that as a younger person you just don't know. That's not to shame or to besmirch any younger people because we all been the fool before. We all been a beginner, a rookie, I guess. But, coming into this older, like I'm excited about it because I'm like, okay, I'm finna have to be the one that, for one, I stand out. I've tried to blend in. That's over with because too many people. It's too many things that people know me for, and if they don't know me at all, then my age makes me stand out. But yeah, I would say just get out of your comfort zone. Once you literally like get in that water, then man, just get through it. And you'll feel a lot better about yourself too. At least that's my experience.
And also, I want to say this: a lot of the more wealthier black men in America, they did a study about like all these 2 million black men in America that are in the upper class. A lot of those black men come from the military or have military backgrounds. So brothers that come out of military typically end up having more money than the average people. So from what I've been seeing, go ahead.
They do a few things. Either they come back to the community and they help and they serve as a role model. But like I've said in the hip hop detox meetings, if you don't appeal to them people, if you don't appeal to them young people, then they not really gonna hear you anyway. And then you got brothers that leave and just don't come back. I heard that story so many times. And I've said this when we went through the whole passport gate thing on the internet. Bro, ain't no incels traveling. No, when you go somewhere overseas, like you're gonna run into a lot of military guys, active duty, prior service. Like these are not people that are failures in life or that's beta, whatever you want to call it. Like these are solid dudes. And they out here around the world. They not just stuck in Chicago. So
let me ask this, and guys, I'm gonna read out all the super chats. Thank you, brother, for support. And shout out to BMT. If any black men need help with VA disability and SSI, as well as with help with VA loans, recording, getting cleared up, help info on free. Let me ask you this: what's the process if you want to get into the military reserves? Thank you, brother. Kennedy Change. What are some of the things to do if you're a reserve person? If you want to go in the reserves? What are the steps you need to take? And we'll talk about pay and background checks and all that stuff.
So the first thing I would suggest is to just do your research on each branch. Every branch, whatever branch you decide to join, you still a service member. You still I guess you could walk around with veteran status, say you serving a country and all that. But on a personal level, you want to find out what jobs appeal to you, what environments, what type of lifestyle you want to live. Like, for example, like Army, and it overlaps, but most time Army people are more dealing with terrain or land operations. Of course, the Navy is more protecting the seas. Air Force is Air Force, stuff like that. So it depends on what you're interested in. And then the next step is to start studying for the ASVAB. That's that test I was talking about. It's like the SATs or something in high school. That's a placement exam where they will determine, I don't want to say how smart you are, but what jobs you would qualify for based on your line scores. From there, you go through a medical evaluation. Talked about that on the new channel. And once you finish the ASVAB and the medical evaluation, then they start taking you seriously. You sit down with a liaison. They say, look, this is what you qualify for, and this is what we have available. And if it lines up, like if you can guarantee the job that you want, that you believe you may be passionate about, then that's when the contracts get laid out and they ready to get you signed up.
Mm-hmm. What was the ASVAB? Was it hard? Was it a hard exam?
It wasn't. I believe, like, I'm a high school dropout, so if I would have tried it after high school, I would have, You know what I'm saying? But by me going back to school and still kind of getting reacclimated with standard ass tests, it wasn't. I got a 75 on the ASVAB, so that's a good score. It ain't the best, but I basically could qualify for whatever job I wanted, and that was like, that made the recruiters even more thirsty. They're like, oh, bro, you get what you want. Like, let's get this started. If you don't do so good, you could always retake it. I believe, like, you may have to wait 30 days or something like that. But yeah, it's a standard ass test, and there's apps that you can use on the phone to practice for it. So it ain't really nothing to be too intimidated about.
Okay. Now let me ask you. Thank you, brother Siglid. I'm gonna read all these. My computer was fucking up, guys. I thank so much, you guys, for coming in and supporting. Now that I know we could do some military content podcasts or whatever, I can get our brother in here to do a 3-way with some of these like a panel or something like that. 4-way people, 5-way, 6 hangout. Get you military niggas on here. But what is the pay that when you signed up and go to basic training and all this? Is there a pay structure for for the reserves? I know guys have what up, Black? I know guys have that have been in active duty. They could clarify what that is. But for you, what was the offer when you decided that you wanted to do it?
Okay, so you get paid based off of your rank and your time in service. Because I was a high school dropout, I do have some college credits, but I've been going part-time, like less than 30 semester hours. I'm getting in as an E1. So I'm going to be in as a rookie. But you can rank up in basic training. You can rank up through referrals. They got different incentives to help, or through taking up a leadership role in boot camp. But your pay structure is based off your rank and your time in service. That is a good question in terms of what I would get paid as a reservist. Active duty, you get a straight salary. As a reservist, I'm only doing 1 weekend a month once I get back. And I believe it's 2 weeks of annual training. And I'm still get paid the same rate, but they're going to break it down based on basically the time that they use me. Oh, and let me say this too. Like one of the reasons I wanted to go reserve, because if I have the opportunity, well, you signing up to get deployed if your unit gets shipped out. But even if I had the opportunity to voluntarily do like a voluntary duty or something like that, I would be down for that. Because it really ain't nothing holding me back here in Chicago but my current job here, and I guess my place or whatever. But like, I want to go somewhere. I want to get shipped off somewhere.
Let me ask you this, brother. I know you don't know what basic training is like, but what have they told you to look out for? What are some of the things that will be expected of you?
Okay, so there's you can YouTube, all this stuff is on YouTube.
Okay, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so Making a Sailor, that's like a docuseries that's made by like a media department of the Navy. You could just YouTube Navy boot camp, because that's the branch I'm going. Whatever branch you're interested in, just start Googling and YouTube in their boot camp. But if y'all want to see or have an idea of what I'm gonna go through, just YouTube Navy boot camp 2018, 2019. Like it's gonna be a journey, and I won't be able to document that. I won't have access to my phone or the internet or any of that. So it's almost like I'm turning myself in. Y'all gonna see me like later next year in the summer of 2020.
It's like going to prison, huh?
Yeah. And you know what? Look, I got a bunch of content I want to talk about. Like, these reactions is funny, man. Like, tell some ladies you finna go. Oh yeah, shorty, I'm finna go to war. You know what I'm saying? Not really, but you finna go to basic training. Like, yeah, it's a funny time right now.
Okay.
I can't write letters though. I will be able to write letters. I'm probably gonna have somebody give that information out. So anybody want to write me or whatever, y'all can do that.
Okay. And you gonna be gone for how many days? Is boot camp?
It's 8 weeks for basic training. I'll still be here in Illinois. I'll be at Great Lakes. That's where all the Navy people go. So
all right.
Then I'll be in Fort Leonard Wood for the equipment operator A school.
Okay. So let me ask you this, because thank you, brother, for the super chat. I know you brothers be tricking up on the white woman over there. Blessings to all the international Becky. Salute, O'Shea, brother Marcus. Thank you, family. Let me ask you this, family. With respect to what you're going to be doing over there. What was the question I was going to ask? When you go into the reserves, right, and you're going to be there for 8 weeks. I guess the question that I was going to ask, but I damn near forgot. Shit, I'm getting old, man.
Is it about like access to the internet or somebody? No. BMT said they allow you to use your phone to call home. I heard different stuff, like different branches do things. I heard one branch you can use iPads and all that. I don't know how true that is, but I'm going into the situation with the mind frame of I'm conditioning myself for the worst. A lot of times I overtrain for stuff. So look, I've been taking cold showers. I've been bobbing in the pool, all that. Like, I've been basically conditioning myself for the worst, but I don't think it's gonna be that
bad. I think I know what I was going to say now. Now that you're going to the military, damn, I had it, man. You were talking, and I had it again, but I forgot it all again or whatever.
I'm all over the place too.
What were you saying just now? I'm sorry.
We was talking about the rank structure, the whole thing about being reservists. I could add this too. Another thing that made me want to be a reservist was just I'm already working with reservists. I know guys.
Oh, I know what I mean. Okay, your job, right? Putting your job on hold. You're going into the reserves, right?
Yeah.
Now, how long can you go to? Because legally, they have to protect your current employment. So, what happened with your current employer is what I want to know.
Military leave, like that's mandatory, and that's the funny thing about the military. Like, once you get an enlistment contract or your orders afterwards, like basically you can walk in your job and say, "Look, I'm going to the military. I joined the Navy. I need to leave." They're not gonna argue with you. They just gonna get started on it. All you got to do is follow up. Now, this is the part that I'm gonna talk about for older recruits on my channel once I finish the process. But as an older person, you are well, let me say this. Everybody's entitled to these SCRA benefits. Like, they got military service members relief act benefits where if you came into this with consumer debt, like me, I got some credit card debt, I got a car loan, stuff like that. They reduce all your interest rates to 6%. This is something like a lot of people don't know about.
Whoa.
Yeah, like whatever existing debt you have, they reduce rate. Not college debt. They do got like college loan forgiveness programs. I don't know a whole lot about that. I don't have college debt, but I do have credit card debt. Yeah, I'm hitting up all them people, and I'm under SCRA review. It may not be approved now because I ain't really got my foot in the door yet, but it's not a matter of if, but when. Once you in the service, you hit up, like, you're not gonna have no problems with your employer unless you on probation. Like, if you say you just started a job yesterday and you walk in and, hey, I'm going to the military, that they can let you go because you're still on probation. But if you've been on your job for a while, then they have to bring you back with your same seniority, with your same title. If you were due for promotion, you might be able to get that even though you wasn't even there. Like, you get a lot of benefits that I had no idea about, and some of this stuff I realized the benefits immediately, and other things I'm gonna catch on the back end.
Okay. Let me do this. We got and thanks for all the support, man. My laptop is messing up, but guys, I want you guys to do me a favor, man. For all the brothers out there that's a military or interested in this, we a nigga said herpes is loyal to a brother. You stupid. Go down in the comments, guys, and I want you to go and subscribe to the Red Pill Military channel. So make sure you guys do that. I just posted that. I want all the brothers that's in the building, that's in the military, you like this kind of content, to go and support our brother, man, as he is starting his journey. And I'll promote it tonight also on the Brother Pill, right? We want to get him up to a certain level of subscribers, guys. So thank you in advance. What other stuff did you, Brother Brown, did you want to kind of talk about with this?
I mean, it's a lot, but I just wanted to make that announcement just so people know what I'm doing. A lot of times, I haven't made content on the MAB experience, which I still will, but I'm always in the chat. Like all the YouTubers, shout out to all of y'all. I'm always in the chat supporting, liking, sharing, all of that. But I stopped making content because I ain't really have a lot to talk about that I haven't covered already. So this is just giving me another topic and another audience to start appealing to. And like I said, as far as the community thing, the stuff I'm doing in Chicago, I wanted to help in a different way. I already got young people following me on social media because in my experience, and I talked about this on my channel, just pulling a bunch of successful brothers into a school and saying, yeah, I do this. I'm a truck driver. I'm a firefighter, whatever. You got to abide by their rules in that house. So it's hard to, at least for me, it's hard for me to really work with young people by other people's rules. So all I do is tell them to follow me on social media. That way I can talk how I want to talk. You can see the good and bad, the things I do right, the things I do wrong. You can see all that.
Okay. Cool. So guys, we will be live on the Brother Pill tonight, like right after this on my O'Shea Vlogcast channel. So we got an awesome show, but I want to make sure that we get our brother, the Red Pill Sailor, some more subscribers. And I'm only seeing that we up to 105. So that's 15, but I'll get him some more on the back end. So guys, I want you guys to go ahead and keep subscribing there for all of you, because I think he has to get to work in a minute. But I do appreciate all of it. Go ahead, brother Mark. Go ahead, Marcus.
I got some time, but yeah, so right now I'm working nights until my shift date. That give me time. And it's another thing about the whole older recruit thing. Like if you wait till as long as I waited, I mean, it's better late than never, but that being team single, team no kids, that's a double-edged sword. Like for me, I get to keep what I make, so that's a good thing. But I also have to cover my expenses while I'm gone. So my rent, my car note, things like that. Even the debts that I have that's under SCRA review. Basically, like them bills don't stop. You can freeze certain accounts, you can freeze the Netflix, the cell phones, all that. But if I want to keep what I have here, I got to do that from my own pocket, basically. The military not going to feed you and house you in boot camp and be paying for your residency. So
right.
That's one of the disadvantages of older recruit that don't have a family. Like now it is older recruit. I talked to some other older recruits that's got different living arrangements. Maybe they married or maybe they living with somebody that's gonna hold a fort down. I ain't got none of that. I'm doing all this by myself.
By yourself.
So yeah. The L's that I'm taking is basically keeping the bills paid while I'm gone. But once I get back, it's back to civilian life.
Okay.
Partially.
Okay. So somebody said could they sneak escrow kits in? Man, I don't know what is going on with the StreamYard, man. But the StreamYard is freezing up my whole system, brothers. So let me go ahead and talk to them for about, what we'll do right now, some questions and answers for Brother Marcus A. I'll give him like 5 minutes because my system is messing up. But if you guys want to ask Marcus some questions, you can read the chat, right?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. So go ahead and do that, man. And I'm going to try to get myself together with this. I can't even turn my camera off.
Hey, they turning up now. It's moving fast. I'm trying to go back up.
Okay.
I lost it already. But somebody asked, can you be accepted in the service with kids, but you're not married? Yeah, I don't have kids, but I do follow other channels from every branch, like different people. I'm not the only person doing this, sharing my journey thing. Um, there's some single parents that I've heard say that they either had to either partially give up custody or they had to something to do with custody. I really don't have a real answer to that. But yeah, I mean, you can join the military with kids, without kids. You just have to make them arrangements on your own. And they want to know all that. Like this is not an overnight process. I've been going back and forth with recruiters since March of this year. So yeah, you can't just, it ain't just walking in signing up today. It's like, nah, they want to know your whole life story. They want to, do the background checks, the drug test, the medical, the intellectual, ASVAB. Like it's a process. Navy and Air Force gets all the overseas brides, then they stay overseas. Yeah, look, everybody on deployment life, from what I heard and seen, like, yeah. Let me just say this, like, you realize wherever you from, especially if you're from the city like me, you realize the world is much bigger than that. Now, I already kind of had that understanding from traveling. But again, even when I was traveling as a civilian, who did I see everywhere? Military guys. You be chilling in a VIP club or bar somewhere, and you just chopping it up with American brothers, and you like, what you doing over here? Oh man, I'm in the military. Like I heard that so much. I'm like, look, man, y'all gonna stop being in the military without me. I'm finna see what's to it. Can we? Oh, okay, yeah, nah. I ain't sneaking nothing into the barracks. I'm basically going in fade into black. You know what I'm saying? BMT Black Male Talk, please hit me up, brothers, if y'all have mental issues. A lot of black soldiers carry PTSD and don't get help. Yeah, and that's something that I don't feel that I can speak on just now, but I want to talk more from experience. I can talk based on conversations I've had with other people. And one of the things that I see with a lot of PTSD or stressed out service members, it's always, if you talk to them long enough or listen to them, like it always either goes to some type of combat experience or some type of domestic experience. So like it's a lot of divorce. All the service members, I know y'all know who Jody is. Like people got problems with Jody. People got problems with dependents, like the military wives, the military groupies. I'm starting to experience that already, but that's why I'm Red Pill Sailor, man. I'm kind of coming into this not as a blue pillar, so that's an advantage that I have. But yeah, man, please do take advantage of any type of programs they have for people that suffer from PTSD, people that got the domestic issues going on. That's a big thing, But I'm coming in that focus, bro. I ain't checking for nobody, not like that. The women normally show genuine interest to civilian brothers. What do you mean, service member females? I'm not sure. Don't be ashamed to go to the doctor. Look, man, especially if you active duty, like I'm not getting the full benefits as a reservist. I'm just gonna take the little assistance. But if you active duty, yeah, take advantage of all that, bro. Like I want all that. Get the education benefits. If you want a trade, they got different apprenticeship programs. All the training you do, try to make that beneficial to you in your civilian life. Like set yourself up so once you get out, if you decide to get out, then you can actually use what you got from the military. I saw a lot of that too. Especially when you talk to people that was prior service, like the biggest regret that a lot of older people share with me was either they got out when they shouldn't have got out, or they had some type of domestic situation, that they may resent. Like you hear a lot of the same stories over and over. And I can't speak on it from experience, but like just hearing that so much, I'm like, thank you. Like I'm gonna take heed to what I'm hearing. If you have no discipline and refuse to take orders, don't waste your time. Yeah, and I believe that's another thing that deters a lot of inner city youth. I'm not gonna make it a black or white thing. I mean, we could talk about things from a black perspective, but yeah, if you're not used to taking orders, like I've dealt with that in working in jobs. So That don't bother me. I already know about the toxic leadership, the potential of toxic leadership, and you might. Oh, let me say this too. This is like karma for me, but it's not a bad thing. So I started truck driving at 22. I was young, and so even though I'm still relatively young towards compared to some of my current coworkers, it's funny when I'm the young person that's training older people. Sometimes they admire me, they give me my props, they give me my respect, and then other times you might get that old school, that old head. I got kids your age, young blood. They feel some type of way because you're younger than them and you training them. So I've been there, done that in the trucking industry. Now it's my turn to be the old head because the military don't care about your age. They don't care if you're young or you old. They care about rank and your time in service. So I'm expecting a lot of my authorities to probably be younger than me because these are going to be people that got in younger. So again, it's pros and cons. I'm not going to say what's better going in older or younger. It's really a personal decision. But that's one thing I want to stress. Going in older, you coming in with life experience. Going in younger, you don't have life experience. So you're going to be naive to an extent. And you may suffer from the stuff that young people suffer from. I know people they talking about it online now. They homesick. They ain't even left yet. I'm not worried about it. I can't wait to get up out this jam. What you talking about? People in love and all, like, what do you call it? Puppy love. Look, I've been there, done all that. So everything I've been through in life kind of prepared me for this moment. But I'm an old head, so I'm gonna be granddad in the boot camp. You know what I'm saying? It's pros and cons either way. That's it. Oh yeah, I gotta go back up, man. Have you ever considered going for officer? No, I would have had to get a degree. Specifically a degree that I guess that the military will be looking for. But I've been looking at a bunch of videos. I've been talking to a bunch of people. Some people say go for officer instantly if you can, just so you can have some type of leadership position and you don't have to get bossed around by people that may not be the best boss. I understand that stance, but then the disadvantage to going in as an officer is the whole fraternization policy. So as an officer, you can't really kick it with the enlisted like that. You really they supervisor, so you can't hang out with them after. You can't go drinking or turning up with them. You kind of gotta stay back and hang out with the other officers. They real big on that policy across every branch. So that's the disadvantage to being a officer. And depending on who you ask, some people may respect people who were enlisted first more because they look at you like, all right, you came from the mud with us. You started from the bottom, now you here, as opposed to just jumping in. If you're an officer, if you come in the military as an officer, you jump up, you just come in like this. So some people might feel some type of way about that. It depends. But no, I wanted to go enlisted. If I had enough credits to come in as an E3, I would have preferred to do that. But when they told me you could do E1, I'm like, whatever, bro. Because first off, I'm a reservist, so that's cool. And I'm going to rank up or try my best to rank up in boot camp anyway. So I ain't tripping. Sam S. say, go in young. Baby cousin Tracy say, I thought it was 35. I believe the Army age limit is 35. So, because I was talking to an Army recruiter about that. For the Army, I would have had to have been in basic training by my 35th birthday. They do have age waivers, I've heard, but don't believe everything about the waivers, because just because a recruiter say we got waivers for that, you'll hear that like, oh, we got waivers for that. We got waivers for that. Waiver means they send it up the chain and it has to be approved and then come back and they'll be like, all right, you in particular, you good. But you may or may not get the waiver. Just because they have waivers, it doesn't guarantee that you'll get the waiver. So the Air Force and the Navy is 39 for enlisted. I don't know about the officer school. Like, I looked at officer because I'm gonna get to that. I looked at officers because look, once I started talking about this openly, like now I got other people that want to join, and I gotta slow them down because I'm like, don't do this because you see me doing this. Please don't do that. Like, this got to be a decision you want to make. But I wanted to get my foot in the door so I won't just be speculating. I could actually speak from experience. And for the younger people that I wanted to recommend it to because they told me about family situations and they, what's going on in the neighborhood. I'm like, bro, you need to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And had I had the mind frame that I have now when I was his age or her age, I would have definitely jayed down. But, I know how it is being younger, especially from the city. You ain't nobody on that. I want to go back up. What MOS did you choose? MOS, that's the term that the Army uses for your job. So in the Navy, we say NEC or your rate. My rate is equipment operator. So I'll be pretty much operating the cranes, the high lifts, the tractors, dozers, things like that. And I've also heard that sometimes all the CBs get cross-trained on each other's jobs. So even though I may be specifically hired to operate equipment, I wouldn't be surprised if I learned some carpentry or if I learned some electrician work. Like all of us gonna be bees, worker bees. We show up, we build shit, we show up, we break shit down, like that type of thing. Hold on. Dang, it was a question. I lost it already. Man, oh, okay, yeah, super chat. Yeah, anybody want to donate, I appreciate that. And let me say this, like, because y'all know on my other channel, I ain't never really asked for money like that. Now I will accept because I'm paying for stuff that I ain't even gonna have access to. My channel doesn't have super chat yet because I got to get my subscribers up. But y'all can donate through Cash App. My Cash App is the MAB Experience. I'll put that in the description too if y'all.
Yeah, put that in the description because I got this. Man, my StreamYard, man, won't let me do anything, bro. Like, it's like timing out. Maybe if you know what? Let me exit. I can't even exit out this. I gotta start my computer. So, but I'll be great. Thank you for the super chats. Let me do this, Marcus. Let me see how many people that we got. And Marcus, send all the stuff to me. So we got how many subscribers for the brother? We got 119 subscribers. That's not good enough. But I'll tell you what, on the next show, we'll bring him up. What up, Simple Trading Method? So, did you have any other questions they had, Marcus? Or
yeah, it was a few. They started moving fast.
Yeah. Go ahead. And then after that, maybe I'll try to
anybody in the chat. Damn, see, let me go back up. To anybody in the chat, I know this guy who has a diploma, but he can't afford college and stay home to take care for his relatives. He lives in the projects with no record. Should he go to the military? Again, it's a personal decision. In my mind, I would be like, yeah, but don't listen to the information I'm giving you, but don't make your decision based on me making my decision. But I know somebody in that situation. I know a few people in that situation right now. And I don't know if y'all know what's going on in Chicago right now. I mean, of course, we deal with a lot of protests. We just had a big teacher strike. We got the hot topic right now is economic inequality and people disagreeing. It's a lot of crap going on out here, man. So you want to get away from that. People getting shot out here. Now the wintertime is kind of putting a halt to that because you're not gonna have as many people standing outside. But it was real hot out here, man. Somebody that one of my brothers knows, he just got killed like literally down the street from my grandma's crib. Lil Reese, if y'all familiar with the rapper Lil Reese, my condolences to him. He's in critical condition. He just got shot in the neck, and that was in the suburbs. That ain't even in the city. So I hope he makes a speedy recovery. It's yeah, man. Depend on your living situation. It depends on your environment and what what you open for. You know what I'm saying? If I don't know, man, it's a personal decision, but shit, if you just want to get out the jam, I say do it. But make sure you do as much research as you can. Don't jump into this. This has been like a 2-year process for me. I've been spending years talking to people, running into people, Googling stuff, following other YouTubers. Shout out to Nikki MGTV, following him, JT Suits. For any of y'all that know David Goggins, I'm a big David Goggins fan. He was a Navy SEAL. I'm not trying to be no SEAL. I'm just trying to do some construction work, stuff like that. Like it's a lot of people that's doing big things. Even people, like I said, that I know on a personal level. I remember them from the neighborhood, and they leveled up. And when you ask them about their story or what they've been up to, it tends to go back to the military. If he don't have debt, that's even better. You know, you ain't got no college debt. Now, let me say that too. A lot of the branches got different loan forgiveness programs. I'm on a payment plan for school, so I would always pay myself off by the end of that semester. But there's a lot of people with degrees, and they find out that they can't pay off that college loan debt, so they start becoming interested in the military for that reason. They going after that loan forgiveness. My reasons was more, like I said, I want that experience. I wanted to get in before it was too late because I was tired of just wondering what if. I didn't want to be one of them people that got too old and was like, damn, what if I would have did that? So whether I get in it and love it or get in it and just kind of like it or get in it and hate it, like I just want to say I got in it. You know, that's kind of where I'm at. Man, I appreciate that. O'Shea Lennox, he said, I sub. Young dudes seem to have a level head. Yeah, man, like David Goggins, David Goggins is that dude, man. Please look him up too, man. Like I saw him on look, I've been following David Goggins before I even considered the Navy. I wasn't thinking about no Navy. But his story is actually kind of similar to mine because it is another misconception, I guess, about service members. Like, people think that you got to be tough and you got to be like this. You got to be already built for the military. No, that's what basic training is for. So I'm sure somebody looking at this video can identify whatever type of civilian habits I got or just little tendencies. Like, no, you go in as a civilian. Everybody start off as a rookie, as a what would they call it, a scrub or a slick sleeve or whatever. You got to get trained. That's the whole point of the boot camp. What about tattoos on your hands? I'm gonna talk about that. I want to say that on my own channel, but I give y'all a sneak peek real quick. Each branch has their own tattoo policies, and even though they are working to make them a little more lenient, they still strict about certain things. None of the branches want tattoos on your face and your neck. Your hands, don't quote me on this, but I believe you can have tattoos, small tattoos, on your hands in the Navy. I don't know for sure. I know you can't have them on the back of your neck, but it got to be a certain size. So I give y'all a sneak peek of my situation. I told y'all I talked to some of every recruiter, so I was interested in the Air Force initially too. What got me ruled out for the Air Force was this right here. Tattoos right here. Now, if you can Google each branch tattoo policies, the Army and the Navy, like long as you can wear a crew neck and it ain't showing, then you good. Air Force, they kind of want you to have, like, see how I got this V. Like, basically, if you wearing a shirt like this, they don't want nothing showing. And the Air Force recruiter, shout out to him, man, because he really was rooting for me. Like, it was hard. It's hard as hell getting in touch with Air Force recruiters. That's a stereotype about that, and I understand it now, so I got a lot of respect for them. But once I finally got a hold of an Air Force recruiter, he really was trying to work with me. They saw my scores, and they was like, look, you can get the job you want. Like, they was rooting for me. And once they looked at the tattoo, it was like, nah, bro. Again, they got tattoo waivers, but that don't mean you're going to get them. And I did have the option to remove it, but I already did that. I just had to take that L. You know what I'm saying? The Navy, though, they ain't tripping. They like, just don't be tatted up on your face. You good. But the hand tattoo, I'm not sure. Like, Google it. You can Google all of these different branches tattoo policies. Or talk to a recruiter. Yeah, Air Force recruiters don't chase anyone. That's true. That's fact. When I was in school earlier this year, I met Marine recruiters. I met Army recruiters. They would come to job fairs. They would be hanging out in veteran services and stuff. You're never going to see a Coast Guard or Air Force recruiter walking around recruiting. No, because they're smaller branches, so it's harder to get into them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That don't mean everybody wants to be in that branch. You know, like I said, different branches appeal to different people for different reasons. But by Air Force and Coast Guard being smaller, naturally it's going to be a longer waiting process. And who knows what this Space Force is gonna be in the future. So shout out to the airmen, man. Like y'all lucked up, man. Y'all got in there. I eliminated myself because of this. But to be fair, I did finally get in touch. You gotta get it. You gotta work to get in touch with an Air Force recruiter. Navy and Army, like, just show up. You know, they'll talk with you. Air Force, you gotta return them phone calls. You gotta knock on some doors. You gotta find out where somebody live. Like, it's a lot going into trying to get in touch with them. Let me respond to this because
go ahead. And guys, if you want to support the Cash App for Marcus A. Brown, he's been our manager community for many years. The MAB experience. He is not in 3.0. He's in 2.0. He's in Manosphere 2.0.
Yeah.
Not 3.
I mean, like 2013, 2016 era.
That's 2.0, yeah.
So
that's these new niggas out here.
Naga Olmec says, while niggas is fighting for America, America is fighting against them. That's part of what I mean by being too woke for the military. Now, I won't disagree with that. You know, America ain't perfect, and the conditions of Black people in America ain't perfect. But this is what I've learned through my working career. Like, I've been working since I was 17. Every job I've ever had has had something that was either immoral about it, or that in some way, if you look hard enough, you can find a way that it's not serving the best interests of Black people, or may even be, I don't want to say discriminating, but yeah, man, I don't subscribe to that ideology. I understand why people do, and depending on what the specific topic is, then I might even agree with you in certain circumstances, but I'm focusing on an individual level. Like, figure out what you can do. It don't have to be the military. I'm just telling y'all what I'm doing. But whatever works for you, make that work. But also understand that somebody could say that about anything. You could always find a reason to not do something, or find a reason that something ain't right or is wrong. America, but if America is fighting against them, it's coming from a place that, if that's where you want to be, if that's what all that you see, that's all you're gonna see. So I don't really even try to change people's mind on that. All I know is the people that I know that's winning, and I also listen to people that take L's. You can learn from them too. But I'd rather listen to them too than the people that's just telling me to sit still and do nothing. That's what that is.
Okay.
I'm about to retire from the reserves after doing 25 years, 6 of those active duty. That's along the lines of what I'm aiming for, because I already work full time and I work with reservists. So being around them long enough, I pretty much watch them do what they do. And like I said, I wasn't opposed to active duty. I just want to see if I'm fit and if I can do it, and how much I like it. If I like it, I'm gonna be gone, bro. I'm gonna be one of them people y'all talking about. Where Marcus at? Like, he gone. I'm trying to be like O'Shea out in Poland somewhere, bro. I'm tired of y'all, man. But I reach out to people that rock with me, people that I'm more about helping the community on an individual basis. I can't help everybody. I can't appeal to everybody. Some people think I'm cool. Some people think I'm a lame. It don't matter, bro. All I'm worried about is people that is reaching out to me on an individual basis. That's how I help the community. Other than that, I'm gonna be over here. I'm doing what I'm doing.
Okay. All right. Let me just do this. That's the Cash App. I sent a little something to the brother. Go ahead and support him. He's always been cool. And I got a stream with LAR in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So guys, make sure that you support the channel. I'm gonna be promoting this channel on the next stream. Let me just do this real quick, Marcus. I gotta shout out all the brothers out that super chatted. So thank you guys for the support. Marlon Brown, thank you for the $5 super chat. But I'll be great. Thank you, Insidious Purple. Salute to you, O'Shea, and all the Black veterans out there. The Army National Guard commonly offers a grant to pay 100% of your school tuition. Check your state. Can they change? Thank you. Can we sneak an escrow kit in them barracks? Ray, the BMT is not that hard compared to years ago. It's pretty softened up like the NFL. Just pass your PT test.
I believe
you won't get in trouble. BMT, they will allow you to use the phone to call home now. Can they change? I know you brothers be tricking on the white woman. I read the one already. Thank you. Yoda Darnell, thank you, brother. Sick lid. The military has been the come up from most of Black America. Ray, I'm in the Air Force. Don't shoot for maintenance. I'm stationed in Missouri, and racism is high here. Also, don't let recruiters fool you into a secret like they did me. Do heavy research. Space Gold 373. Can they change? For the brothers like and vision of self, the military can aid to an extent. Like with all things in life, you get out what you put in. The gift, use your gifts. Plus, the butter biscuits sure look nice. DJ Cadillac, 18 years active duty, Navy, better decision ever. Lamarndo, salute to Marcus. I'm going to DR next year. Oga TV, the Nigerian baller. What's up, bro? My brother out of California, BLS. I had a military job where we literally surfed Facebook most of the day and traveled around the country. AL, Chase Africa trick from Mike Shinnery. If you have no skills and no money for school, then you pay to learn a skill. You gain experience and money for college when you get out if you need it. Thank you, brother. BMT, if black men need any help with their visibility at SSI, as well as getting help with VA business loans, records getting cleared, I'll help for free. The Greg Harris Show. Thank you, Mike M. Get a good ASVAB score and pretty much any job you want in the military. Texas MP, go Navy. Congrats, shipmate. John Craig. The military is a great option for black men. What job in civilian society where they pay for you, your food, housing? Thank you, brother John Craig. Sailor, formerly known as ABF3. Did 5 years in the Navy, saved my life. Howard Cooper, thank you so much. I read yours already. Sydney Hall, I read that one already. Every black man, young man should join us. A game changer, structure. Eric Huttons, reserves might be your best bet because of your age. Thank you, brother. Kenny Conjo, thank you. Andre Hatcher, thank you. All you brothers, thank you for the support.
This is fantastic, man. My bad, I didn't interrupt you, but I'm glad.
Yeah, no, go ahead. If you're out of high school with no plans, one enlistment is no lose situation. As long as you don't stay on no nigga shit. VA loan, pay, college, and trade. Thank you, brother. Fantastic. Anything else you want to also say, brother?
Just follow the channel, man. Like I said, this is the beginning of my journey, so I will share more as I learn more. But I did put a lot of time into researching. This is why I've been quiet. Like I ain't really been in these YouTube streets because it's gonna be here. No offense, but this is what I've been doing, you know. And so now that I got the new channel up and running, that's where y'all can find me.
Okay, all right. So guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate everything. Thank you, brother Marcus. Anything else you want to say?
Nah, just man, thank you again for putting me on. You know, I keep y'all updated. I'm gonna still be in the chat. I ship off January 8th. So that's gonna be my last day of freedom as a civilian. And then y'all will hear back. Actually, I'm gonna start working on videos now. So they'll be kind of premiering as I'm in boot camp. And then I can really give y'all more details once I get out and I have access to the internet again.
All right. Cool, man. And again, brother Marcus, thank you so much for coming through. Make sure you guys go to the channel, The Red Pill. I believe it's this one, right? Wait, hold on. Damn, man, my damn.
I'm Casper say you're gonna be bro. Like this, everything I'm already doing, I'm basically doing in boot camp. So I'm paying for a gym membership. Now I'm gonna be getting paid for PT. I wanted to do all this dental work. That's not cheap in Chicago. Like, basically let them handle that. Hey, man, I got toothache. What up? You know what I'm saying? Like, tuition assistance. The neighborhood that I live in now, you see American flags everywhere. I'm not on the broke side of Chicago. I ain't where they shooting up. I still got family in them spots, but I'm basically struggling to be where I'm at, where is like, why is all these people over here living good? VA home loan. Like the more I start talking to people, I'm like, it started clicking, bro. And I'm like, yeah, let me get this out the way. Let me do this while I'm still up for it, you know. So no, bro, I'm not going into that, man. I'm not going into it with that mind frame. I'm looking forward to this.
Okay. All right. So guys, again, thank you so much for everything. Go to my next page, my channel, O'Shea Vlogcast. I got an article. We're talking about do black women prey on broke ass men. So you guys got to make sure that you guys check out that stream because there's an article that just came out. A lady wrote an article. Marcus was talking to me about it. Where the lady said that she wants her niggas to be broke so they can be loyal. That's Nigerian blogger. So we're gonna go in on her ass tonight. We're gonna roast her the fuck up. You do not want to miss this cooking. This is gonna be epic. We are gonna roast the fuck out of her. So if you niggas want to see a good roasting, listen, roasting Thursday, you niggas can call it. We're gonna be talking a lot of shit. Calling niggas hoes and bitches and motherfuckers, everything. So make sure you come over to O'Shea Vlogcast. You get ready to go live. Peace out again, brother Marcus, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Peace, y'all.
Peace, family.